It is the last day, full day in Japan. Uh, we have decided to take it easy again, reasonably easy at least. Linda sort of relaxing in the thing. I am headed for um, one last shrine that was interesting to see. Linda wanted to go, but she also figured I probably need to rest. One of the last things we really want to do is sort of go out in Osaka because it is really going outside of town. I've also gotten myself a bit lost here because this is an underground maze. Torimachi. I think I have to go this way. And I'm also checking out the cooking street. We're probably going to spend the daytime doing our last bit of shopping, finding some stuff that we want, maybe get some gifts for people. Oh, there's the meter line. Okay. Man, this place is an absolute maze. The lady at the workshop, she even said like Umeda is just impossible to figure out because like there's a whole lower floor, but then there's like three shopping malls or warehouses that you can go into that are connected to this underground shopping mall. It is absolute madness here. I need to go through the gates, so I'll see you when I'm back outside again. Well, of all the shrines I've seen, this one is by far the most impressive. Not gonna lie. I say that too much. But yeah, I'm unclear when this was built. But it is an impressive shrine. Based on the materials, I would say this is a relatively modern build, but that makes sense. I mean, this is like Buddhism and Shintoism are both still actively practiced here in Japan. You regularly see Japanese people going to the shrine, offering the coin, doing the three clapping and bowing, which are very much part of both, which I've seen as part of both Buddhism and Shintoism. And it is important to them. I did not partake because I'm not of that religion. I'm not going to fake it or pretend to do anything with it. At the same time, the relationship that the Japanese have with their religion, but also to foreigners who aren't actually practitioners, is a very practical one in the sense like, hey, you want to give us money for this piece of paper with a stamp on it? Sure, we'll take your money. We can use that money to then improve our buildings, support everything. They have a very sort of interesting sense of, from what I understand at least, that, okay, this is important to us, it has no meaning to you, so yeah, you do you. They do, of course, prefer that if you do a Goshuin, that you just put it in a proper Goshuin book, and also that your Goshuin book doesn't contain any other stamps or other things in it, just for sort of thing. Like, there are occasionally, you see superstitious rules and superstitions that are still very much part of the culture. An example of that is yesterday at the cooking class, I was having trouble dividing some of the gyoza, and she was like, "Oh, I'll help you, but please remove your chopsticks because touching food with chopsticks on both ends means bad luck." And you know, I'm not going to invoke bad luck on myself. That way lies madness. Look at it though. Impressive. I have to go swim. This shrine, it's cute, but there's not much else to see here. So let us go on to my next destination, because supposedly there is a street near here full of kitchenwares. So let's see what the street full of kitchenwares is like. Also, I'm going to stop recording because my arm is getting tired. I will eventually need to figure out a different way. This lens combination isn't too heavy, and the video is pretty good, but it is a lot. And don't you just love like shops like this? No, this doesn't have anything like. And like this is just a standard modern shop. It has a bit of an older appearance, but in general it's just modern. But it's just interesting. Like everything in the Netherlands has habit of being like super clean and neat. And buildings, even older buildings, are already like differently built, differently made. Brick buildings are very uncommon here in Japan, but it's very cool to see them. Also, there's a book off here, and I am definitely going inside this book off. Sadly, all the hard offs in Osaka are at least 45 minutes away by public transit, so I can't really visit them. Well, I can, but it would take too long, and we only have 2 full days. And in the afternoon, we want to go shopping in Yameda, so I would be gone too long. Sad, but that's the truth. The book off did not really have anything that appealed to me in any strong way. It did have like a whole collection of very cheap little trinkets and stuff like that. Do I want to bring them? There wasn't anything that was like, oh yeah, this is really cool, and this person I know is really going to enjoy it. It was mostly okay and fine stuff. So I guess that is sort of one drawback of being in a big city. The more interesting places, if you really want to go, tend to be more in the outer edges of the city and not in the center, probably because rent here is very expensive. Or the people in the center just don't buy that sort of stuff. Who knows? Oh well. Let us continue on my journey. Currently I'm waiting at a traffic stop, so. This street is kind of amazing. It has everything you want in regards to anything you need in the kitchen. All sorts of different stores. A thing that's sort of interesting is gas is still very popular to cook on. You see a lot of these stoves, and also these sort of we would use them in the camping, like these things here. with like I think they use butane gas over in the Netherlands. We use them for camping. You can get them, but they are super popular over here, and people still use them to prepare food on for all sorts of different things. And all the knives you can want. Also, yeah, the flickering is because the refresh rate on my camera is wrong, and I cannot be bothered to fix it. You'll just have to deal with it. I'm actually on. Oh, sorry. I'm a bit out of breath. I'm actually looking for the similar sake cups that I had at the sake bars, which were wooden, red and black lacquered cups. I have, however, not been able to locate them yet. Most of what I found is plastic, which I guess is like safer and more convenient. But if possible, I would like to locate the red and black. It's interesting, they're all plastic here. I guess that sells more because they're cheaper and more resistant to damage. This place, by the way, is piled up. I need to stop filming because if I get distracted, I will knock something over and that'll cost me. It appears that the black and red sake cups do not actually come in a wooden variety, at least according to the guy. And I was like, probably. But they did have plastic versions, which had no sort of ridges or anything, meaning they are very close to the what I was looking for, and they were very cheap, so I got them. I also got two okonomiyaki spatulas. Getting them was kind of cool because this is where like communication through gesture is very universal, because I simply said okonomiyaki and I made the movement with both hands, which indicates that you're flipping over the okonomiyaki, and he said, oh yeah, and he guided me to where they are, and I got two large spatulas for the cooking and two smaller spatulas for the eating. This place is absolute madness. Also, I'm getting packaged, so time to hunt for some food, I think. The store I go into has them for half the price, or almost half the price. Of course, I mean, I paid 530 yen for them, which is like $3 or so. So like, yeah, half the price, I guess is cheaper, but it's not that bad. Takoyaki balls. They are squid balls in dough. Sadly, I have to stand here to eat, so I can't put up my camera so that you can see me eating it, so you'll have to believe me after I've eaten them. They're a local delicacy and specialty here in Osaka. There's actually a place I can sit here, but it's very close, and I don't want to get anyone else in frame, so weird framing. I already had one. They are actually quite chewy. They're also very hot inside. There's actually a sign that warns you of that. I do feel most of the taste is a sauce, but it's good eating though. I am also like, they gave me these two little sticks, and I'm absolutely failing eating this. That was very tasty, also very cool. I asked if I could like take a quick picture and a video of him. Well, I didn't actually ask about the video, but where you can see them flipping over the balls really quickly on like giant plates. Honestly, seeing the plates and seeing the food being prepared is actually a very big part of Japanese culture. Like, a lot of restaurants are set up in such a way that you can see the cooks preparing the meal, and you can actually interact with them in a meaningful way. And that's really kind of cool and kind of interesting. Right now I'm heading back to the subway. I'm going to go back to the hotel, meet up with Linda, and then we are going to go shopping. I also wonder how the audio is, because this street is exceedingly loud, amazingly so. Apparently Don Quixote is 200 meters behind me. I better hurry up before he catches up with me. It still sort of boggles the mind. It still sort of boggles the mind. There's like a whole underground shopping center. We are near, sort of near Dotonbori, and Dotonbori is like a super busy street. And then like underneath it, or very near underneath it, there's just a whole other thing. Like, there's a Uniqlo just down here. There are all sorts of stores, and what's even more interesting is I'm heading towards the metro that will take me to Umeda station. But if I go the other way, I get to another metro, which is like 3 blocks down or so. Like, this entire thing runs for 3 blocks. It's ridiculous. Convenient though, because I mean it means I can just keep walking in one go. Getting to our train to the airport has a similar convenience. Let's see if I can find my line. Quick video here. Behind me, on that side you see a row of ladies, and on that side you see sort of a poster. It's of some sort of band. And they have their 5th album out. I know this from the poster. The thing is, if you look, there's a security guard on this side, and on the other end there's also a security guard. There's even 2 security guards there, I guess preventing people from like piling up too much at the area. The ladies are all standing there taking pictures of the poster. Earlier today I walked by and there was actually like they were holding up like these little figurines of the posters. It's, on the one hand, Japan is very, very normal. Honestly, it really is. And then you encounter that sort of stuff and you're like, what? Oh, we're here. It is the last evening of our trip. As you can see, I'm on the different mic because I've packed most of my stuff in giant suitcases, and tomorrow morning, quite early, we're heading for the airport. Today was mostly shopping. We did some last minute finding stuff, we ended up going to a large Don Quixote, where we bought way too much stuff. Eventually I'll do some sort of recap video of all the stuff I got when I'm back home. For now it is late, I'm going to sleep. Tomorrow you might see me on the plane, you might see me when I'm back in the Netherlands. Good night.
お待たせいたしました。21番乗り場に8時52分発関空特急はるか11号関西空港行きが9両で参ります。危ないですからホームのドアから離れてお待ちください。21番乗り場に列車が参ります。ご注意ください。ご乗車には乗車券の他に特急券が必要です。
Umeda station has a direct connection to Kansai airport, so all we had to do was get to the correct gate and travel all the way to Kansai airport, which was about an hour or hour and a half. And finally made it to the airport. By then we were exhausted, and there's like a few shots I have at the airport, and beyond that in the plane I did not use my camera at all. Once we boarded the flight, there weren't many problems. We didn't sleep well during the flight back, but eventually we did indeed make it home and took a train to our own house. Nothing exciting, it was nice and quiet, and after that we passed out.